Hello, I'm Armin Budish. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, already totaling your taxes for 2012, we'll take a look at the financial landscape. Then discover how art is this season's best decoration. Plus, we'll disclose how you can be confident your caregiver isn't a criminal, and how to avoid a growing Medicare problem that could cost you thousands of dollars.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. It's that time of year. Will you get a wonderful present, or will you find yourself giving more than receiving? No, we're not talking about the holidays. We're tallying up your 2012 taxes. Jim Lineweaver and Sandy Tradow are here to wrap up the year with a bit of tax talk. Jim's a certified financial planner, Sandy's an accountant, and both are with Lineweaver Financial Group. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, Jim, we'll start with you. Unwrap the reasons why this year, 2012, is tougher to plan for your taxes.
It's really occurring because all these tax reductions, so to speak, that President Bush put in place, that Obama extended, are all sunsetting or expiring at the end of the year. So almost everybody across the board is going to be facing higher taxes next year. So you really have a lot of decisions to make before year end, so you're not giving too much away.
So what kinds of things could be changing for people, for our viewers?
A lot of things across the board, from income tax rates to capital gain rates to education savings accounts to taxes for businesses and employees. So it's almost across the board.
All right, Sandy, one at a time. First, the federal tax brackets, how are those changing?
Armin, the rates that we've enjoyed for the last 9 years will be changing. We've particularly the 10% rate, which will be converting into the 15% rate, and essentially the 10% rate will be going away. Okay. And then from there, we will have a increase in our 25% rate to 28%, and then our 36% rate could go as high as 39.6%.
And that all means real money.
It does, to all taxpayers.
Capital gains.
Capital gains, everyone's enjoyed significantly low rates for several years now. And the rates currently are 0% and 15%, and they will be going up to 15% and 20% potentially.
Right, and that's when you sell something like stock or real estate for a profit.
Correct. Long-term assets or qualified dividends.
Jim, you mentioned education savings and deductions changes. What's coming on there?
Yeah, what's happening is you used to be able to get a $2,000 deduction for contributing to an education savings account, and then that would grow for retirement or for the education for the kids. And unfortunately, that's getting reduced all the way down to $500 for the Coverdell. They're restricting qualifying expenses, in other words, what will qualify to get money out of these tax-free for education costs. And a lot of that times they're changing the deadlines, and they're not allowing any corporate contributions anymore. So, you know, we want to be pro-education to get our kids educated in this country, and unfortunately it's going to make it tougher.
This will make it harder.
It is.
Yeah, that's not good. Sandy,
yes.
Tell us about tax changes that could affect businesses and employees.
Certainly. Some of the more favorable tax laws that we've enjoyed during 2000 or to this point will be expiring at the end of 2012. Will directly affect small businesses and all taxpayers. Specifically with regards to businesses, the benefit of investing in machinery and equipment where we can take an immediate deduction will be changing. Currently, a business can invest in machinery and equipment and take an immediate deduction up to $139,000. That will be limited to $25,000 after 2012. As far as individuals are concerned, if you're an employee or self-employed, typically they saw a rate reduction in their Social Security payroll tax from 6.2% to 4.2%, and that'll be changing.
That goes back up?
It'll be changing at the end of 2012, and it'll be going up, yes.
And all of this is contingent on Congress and the President not making changes, because this is what will happen unless Congress steps in really quickly.
Exactly. This automatically takes place.
Gotcha.
So everything
yes.
sunsets at the end of this year, so they got to jump in quick if this is going to change.
All right, so we've talked about a lot of tax changes, brackets, capital gains, education, etc. It's a lot. It's complicated for people. Jim, where do we get more information?
Well, we're hosting an education program at our office in Valley View. It's on December 11th at 1 p.m. That's a Tuesday, and also on Thursday. December 13th at 6:30 in our office, free to your viewers, and we're going to be covering these and a lot more of the tax law changes that are going to be taking effect next year.
Very important to get as much information as possible, and that seminar's free.
It is.
All right. Free's good.
It is.
Thank you both. Give yourself the gift of understanding how possible tax changes could possibly affect you. Give Jim or Sandy a call, or better yet, attend their seminar. It should be really worthwhile. My thanks to Jim and Sandy for gifting us today with their presence.
Learn more by calling the Lineweaver Financial Group at 1-888-313-4009 or log on to www.lineweaver.net. But first, be a dear and answer this question. How did Alaska take the reins for creating a reindeer population that, today, numbers 30,000? These herds stay grounded, unlike their counterparts at the North Pole, but we'll fly back with the answer when we return.
The FDA has approved a new procedure to relieve lower back pain, and doctors worldwide are using decompression for bulging discs and pain from aging.
Surgery or drugs to cover up your pain are options, but our well-documented, non-invasive procedure treats the cause of your pain. Decompression increases spinal disc space and draws nutrients back into the disc. This helps restore normal disc height and function.
Solon Spine, 440-248-5070, SolonBackPain.com.
Log on to DealChicken.com to save 50 to 90% off. Wonderful Northeast Ohio businesses are waiting for you, from restaurants to spas and everything in between.
Way back in 1891, Alaska added reindeer as a state asset, thanks to a gift from the U.S. government. Starting with 16 Siberian reindeer, today the number's 30,000, though only 1,000 reside in the lower 48. Most of Rudolph's mainland relatives are reined in at local zoos.
Here's some breaking news. You may know that hip fractures are the #1 bone breakage among seniors, but raise your hand if you know what cracks the #2 spot. Give up? It's all in the wrist. Orthopedic surgeon Dr. Todd Bafus is here to break down why this occurs, and he'll share how to forestall fractures that occur just below our fingers. Dr. Bafus is with Metro Health. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
So why do you reckon wrists are so fracture-friendly for older adults?
Well, there's several reasons. As we age, we lose our visual cues. And additionally, there's other reasons why we lose our balance. And then as we age, also our bones become weaker. This predisposes us to a fall, and then when we do fall, it's human nature to put your wrist out.
You know, you mentioned that. I fell about 2 years ago, and I caught myself with my left hand, and my wrist still hurts today. Thankfully, I don't think I broke it, but it can be very, very problematic.
It can be.
So how do you prevent this from happening? How do you prevent people from falling and breaking their wrist?
Well, fortunately, many wrist fractures are preventable. Things that can be done around the house would be to increase the lighting around the house, to increase the lighting around the house, to remove any objects that may be in the way of a pathway, such as to the bathroom or to the bedroom, remove loose rugs around the house, and then install handrails on stairs and landings, and also in the bathroom itself.
Now, bones come in different varieties. Some are stronger than others. Is there any way to test our bones and see how strong or weak our bones are?
There are. You can see your regular physician, have a bone mineral density test, which can assess the density of the bone and the mineralization, the amount of calcium in the bones. Additionally, other tests, such as calcium levels and vitamin D levels, can be assessed if needed.
Women post-menopause have a greater problem, and do men have greater problems as they age also?
Unfortunately, women in the post-menopausal age are at much higher risk for osteoporosis, and then there are some medical conditions, such as low testosterone, that can affect the bone mineral density of men.
Can we do something to strengthen our bones and build them up?
Absolutely. So I recommend that everybody undergo regular cardiovascular training, such as riding a bicycle or exercising around the community, but then additionally, they need to strengthen their bones. Bones love to be used, and this can be as simple as using a soup can while watching TV as a weight and used for strength training.
Okay, and what about diet? You have that up there?
So a healthy diet, you need to get calcium, vitamin D, protein in your diet, and then I would see your regular physician also about calcium and vitamin D supplementation.
Great. Now, what if you already have a bone issue? Maybe you've already broken your wrist. What kinds of treatments available?
Well, first, every wrist fracture is different. Fortunately, the best way to treat a wrist fracture is by prevention. But once you've broken your wrist, you can either be treated with a cast or brace or surgery. And then additionally, Metro Health offers a bone fragility fracture clinic, whereas your primary care physician can refer you to this clinic, and we can manage, or my partners can manage, your osteoporosis and help and assist the healing and prevention of fractures in the future.
And can this clinic help with building up bone strength and improving diet and all those kinds of things as well?
Absolutely. They're very involved with the education and assessing any labs that need to be done and medications that need to be given.
Great. Great information for a real problem. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
Make no bones about it, bone health can keep your wrist and the rest of you in an upright position and healthy. To find out more, call the Metro Bone Fragility Clinic at 216-778-4393. My thanks to Dr. Bafus for joining us today.
For more information, call Metro Health at 216-778-7800 or visit www.metrohealth.org. Next, artfully celebrating the season. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. The 2012 tax landscape is hard to navigate. Expired and about to expire tax rules will have impact on all taxpayers. For a clear roadmap, plan to attend a free seminar at the offices of the Lineweaver Financial Group in Valley View. The event will take place Tuesday, December 11th at 1 p.m. and again Thursday, December 13th at 6:30 p.m. To reserve your spot, call 1-888-313-4009.
Is the hustle and bustle of the season making the holidays feel like a hassle? Give yourself the gift of escaping it all to enjoy art. Caroline Guscott is here to help us explore the exhibits, the events, the eateries, the atrium at the Cleveland Museum of Art, where you also just might find the perfect present for a particular person on your gift list. Carolyn is the communications manager at the museum. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me here.
And I have to say, you know, I've always enjoyed the art museum, especially in busy times, because it's like so peaceful.
It's so peaceful.
And
you walk into the galleries and you escape. You're somewhere else.
It's quiet, it's just the whole atmosphere, and it's free, right?
It is free. The Cleveland Museum of Art is free. The permanent collections are always free. And right now our special exhibitions are free too.
And speaking of that, it's a unique way for people to lighten up because you have the Winter Lantern Festival.
Yes,
Tell us
it's
about
our
that.
Winter Lights Lantern Festival. This is the 19th year. It's an annual festival. It goes through December 23rd. Right here, what we do is we have these beautiful lanterns that spill out into Wade Oval and throughout the museum. This is a really wonderful event. It's a ceremonial, it celebrates ceremonial lighting displays. This really is the season of illumination.
That's beautiful. And what exhibits are currently on display right now?
We have quite a few. These are all free. The first exhibition that I'm going to talk about is Wari, Lords of the Ancient Andes. And this is an exhibition that was organized by the Cleveland Museum of Art. And it is the first exhibition of its kind in North America.
What are we looking at here?
These are different pieces from the exhibition. The Wari this is a culture group that predates the Inca. All the pieces are from about 600 to 1000 AD.
Pretty scary looking guy, huh? Right there.
Kind of cute and cuddly, huh? No.
All right, Mary Cassatt. You're featuring Mary Cassatt?
Yes, this is really a wonderful opportunity for people who love Impressionism. This is one of our masterpieces called After the Bath. It's a rare opportunity because a lot of these works are not seen often because they're works on paper and are light sensitive. So we have works by Cassatt, as well as some of her contemporaries like Degas, Toulouse-Lautrec, Renoir. So this is a real crowd pleaser.
Great. And you have an exhibit, something about William Johnson.
William H. Johnson, he's a true American modern master. This is a man who kind of crossed different genres and used a variety of media. As you see, his work is so vibrant. He really covers a range of emotions in his work. And we're very excited to have this exhibition here at the museum.
I'm not sure if people think about going to the museum during the holidays, but it's really a great idea.
It's a great idea, and we welcome you there. Again, it's free. The permanent collections are always free.
You have a new restaurant there now?
We have a new restaurant called Provenance, and then our cafe is Provenance Cafe, and it's spearheaded by Doug Katz. It's globally inspired and locally sourced. That's sort of our theme for that. And of course, we have a wonderful new atrium. 39,000 square feet, designed by Raphael Vignoli. It's really an incredible public space.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a great place if you want to get married or something. I shouldn't be offering.
Definitely. Well, we're doing programming. We are, you know, having events there too.
Perfect.
And one thing is, I want to mention, a great gift idea is membership to the museum.
That's right.
We have special senior days every Tuesday. Our senior members get free parking, free coffee in the cafe, and specially led docent tours.
Well, wonderful. Great place to go, holidays or otherwise. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
This holiday season, indulge in enjoying art by visiting the Cleveland Museum of Art. It's peaceful and it's free. My thanks to Carolyn Guscott for unwrapping this unique holiday idea.
To learn more, call the Cleveland Museum of Art at 1-877-262-4748 or click to www.clevelandart.org. Next, taking care when hiring caregivers. It's time to get up and go. An exercise minute on golden opportunities.
Hello, I'm Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and today we are going to do an extension diagonal to work our rotator cuff muscles. This is a great exercise because our rotator cuff muscles allow our arms to move in all different directions. All right, Armand, we got our bands. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, we're going to grab the band. We're going to hold our left hand at our left hip. We're going to place our right fist on our left knee. Keeping your arm as straight as possible, we're simply bringing it across the body, up, and squeezing the shoulder blade in. Return it slowly. One more time, bring it up across the body and even with the side of your body. All right, let's switch sides and try. Whoa, band got away from you there.
If I leave it all uncurled, it's a lot easier this way.
Yeah, slow and steady. 12 to 15 repetitions, 2 to 3 times a week. And now it's your turn to get up and go.
I can just hold it now.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, please send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 23240 Chagrin Boulevard, Suite 450, Beechwood, Ohio, 44122.
If a loved one needs care, you're bringing someone into your home or at a facility, you want to know that the individuals are honest, competent, educated, and will take good care of your loved one. But how can you be sure? Lisette Rivera is here to report on a relatively new service that can give you that peace of mind as well as alert you to any issues. Lisette Rivera is founder and chief executive officer of Safe Care. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we're talking about background checks into care providers. Don't long-term care agencies or home care agencies take care of that already?
Yes, they do. They're required to perform state background checks, but those background checks have been found by the U.S. Inspector General to be limited in scope, meaning they're only checking against the one state that the employee resides in, and only one time upon hire.
So you can do more than that? You can go beyond just the one state?
Yes, we can. We provide nationwide criminal checks as well as checking against healthcare data such as certification and abuse listings. The Inspector General also found that nurse aides currently employed, 1 in 5, have a criminal conviction that should have disqualified them from working in the first place.
And if I understand or remember, some healthcare aides can have a problem in one state, and then they reapply and re-get certified or whatever in Ohio or some other state,
Right.
and that doesn't show up in the normal
It
check.
does not show up. We are getting data from all the states, and we're compiling them into one database. We're checking monthly against that data, such as the certification data that I told you about, because multiple certifications in these states could indicate somebody is trying to escape detection as an abuser. Also, we're doing it on a monthly basis because the Inspector General found that 16% of convictions happen after the nurse aide's date of hire.
Really?
Yes.
So tell us what you would put in a report to a family, for example.
Sure. So a family member can come onto our website, www.safecare.com, and they receive a monthly report that has 4 columns: registry, abuse, criminal, and the federal exclusions. The X's will indicate that the caregiver has failed in that area, and the green indicates that they have passed. We encourage that if a caregiver has failed a certain area, that the family member takes it to the agency or the long-term care facility.
Now, there's a cost to this, I assume.
Yes.
What does it cost us?
For families, it's subscription-based. It's $9.99 a month for one caregiver. And for facilities, we charge $40 per employee per year.
Now, if a family member has a caregiver and you check it out, you get this report, you pay for 1 month, and then maybe you pay for 2, whatever you're comfortable with. After a while, can you drop it?
Absolutely. It's a model where we will refund the prorated rate to the family.
All right, and then do you also do this for facilities or just for families?
We do this for facilities. It's sort of like the used car report strategy, where the facilities can be ensured that they have a safe worker at their facilities and then provide peace of mind to the families at those facilities.
And if a facility is already doing this, could you as a family member just ask to see the report?
Absolutely.
Great.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. Great information and very
Thank you.
important for people. Is the person caring for the one you care about qualified and law-abiding? Now you can know for sure. To find out more about SafeCare, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Lisette Rivera for giving us the background on this service.
Find out more by calling SafeCare at 216-466-8801 or visit their website, www.safecarenow.com. Next, how to save thousands of dollars under Medicare.
Escape your everyday stresses at the Spa at Glenmore. An easy drive from Cleveland or Akron, the Spa at Glenmore is the perfect place to relax and rejuvenate. Refresh your mind and body with an array of services in an environment of luxury and comfort. For a truly relaxing getaway, enjoy a stay in one of Glenmore's overnight rooms and indulge in a day of pampering. Melt your stress away in the tranquil atmosphere of the Spa at Glenmore. Call or visit us at glenmorecc.com.
Did you miss a phone number or a website? Here's your second chance, because we're going to list all that information again. Then we'll be back to tell you how to assure hospitals will admit to admitting you. You go to the hospital, you're in a hospital bed, maybe for a few days or a week. You're being treated by the hospital's doctors and their nurses, but you later find out that you've not actually been admitted. Does that sound strange? It's happening more and more, and if you're caught in this observation scam, it could very unfairly cost you thousands of dollars. Here to explain is my very observant law partner, Mike Solomon. Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Robert.
So what's this observation problem or scam?
Well, let's say you go to the hospital and you're being taken care of. You might not be formally admitted. And by the way, you may not even know it until after you're out of the hospital. Now, if you're admitted to the hospital, then basically Medicare Part A covers all your expenses. If you're not admitted, if you're under observation, then you're going to be covered by Medicare Part B, and you could end up paying out-of-pocket expenses of thousands of dollars.
What happens if you have to go to a facility for skilled care or rehab afterwards?
Well, if you go into a skilled care in a rehab facility, and you've been in a hospital, admitted to a hospital at least 3 days, then you're going to be covered by Medicare for up to 20 days in the rehab facility. But if you're under observation, then you won't be covered by Medicare, and you could literally, again, pay thousands of dollars of unexpected expenses.
So how common is it that you go to the hospital and they put you under observation instead of admitting you?
Well, it's become more and more common over the last several years. There was a study that showed 40,000 patients were under observation for more than 48 hours. So
wow.
That implies it could be literally impacting hundreds of thousands of people.
So why would a hospital classify someone as under observation if you're sitting there in the hospital?
Well, what's happened over the years is Medicare has started to enforce provisions that want to make sure the hospitals don't keep you unnecessarily in a hospital under hospitalization. So to avoid those potential penalties, what hospitals do is they say, rather than admitting you, you're under observation, and they avoid those penalties, but that's causing people tremendous problems.
Is there a way for us to protect ourselves?
One thing, if you're in a hospital, every day you ought to ask about the status. You know, are you under observation, or are you admitted to the hospital? And if you're still under observation, then talk with your doctor and see if that's justified. If they don't think it's justified, you and the doctor should go to the hospital and demand to be admitted to the hospital.
And if you go to a rehab facility and you have to pay, or you're told you have to pay?
You get a big bill, then you ought to file for a Medicare appeal and follow all the rules and appeal that decision.
Sounds like a classic example of unintended consequences.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Don't assume that just because you're in a hospital bed that you've been admitted. And if you're not admitted, the cost can be sky high. Don't fall into the observation scam. Follow Mike's advice. We'll be back.
Call Budish, Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.budishandsolomon.com.
Thanks for joining us. Next week we got lots of great stuff. Until then, please make the most of your golden opportunities.
Would you like to join our kitchen conversation? All you have to do is call toll-free 1-877-765-1543 and leave us your question, name, and phone number. Or log on to www.golden.tv for all the latest information and show updates.